Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm at the Chatuchak Plant Market in Bangkok, Thailand, and today's episode is for all you houseplant lovers out there. While this market has a huge selection of plants ranging from small exotic orchids to huge trees for outdoor gardens, the shops I most frequently visit are the ones selling houseplants. And today, I'm going to take you to a special shop that sells a large variety of houseplants. What's so special about this shop is that they have a huge selection plus great prices, with most being only 30 cents a pot. Because of this, their plants sell out quite quickly and you have to come early to get the best selection. That's the shop right there. Let's go in for a closer look. Right at the front of the shop, you see some Discidias and Hoyas hanging in front. I believe this one is Discidia nummularia, judging from its round, flat leaves and the lack of distinct veining. Here are some Discidia ovata, or also known as watermelon Discidias. Discidias are tropical epiphytes native to countries in Southeast Asia, all the way up to China. It is closely related to Hoyas and requires similar growing conditions. Here they are grown in coconut husks and fertilized with Osmocote slow-release fertilizer granules. I believe this is Discidia oantha variegata, judging from the oval-shaped leaves with white accent along the edges. I'm not an expert in Discidia, so if it's not it, please let me know what you think it is. Here's where things get interesting. On the ground, as you can see here, are multiple crates containing an amazing selection of leafy houseplants. All the plants in these carts cost just 10 baht each, or around 30 cents a pot. So it's like a dollar store for houseplants. Some of the crates contain a mix of plants, and each time you reach down into this mini jungle, you're not quite sure what you're going to pull out. From up here, I can already see some philodendrons, pothos, bromeliads, syngoniums, and ferns. This is a great place to get plants if you have an empty shelf or an office desk that you want to add some green to. Most of these plants are easy to care for and don't require a whole lot of light. A lot of them you can simply grow in a jar of water. The crate on the right here looks really interesting because it's full of creeping houseplants like philodendrons and syndapsis. Oh wow, look at this. This is one of my favorites. It's Syndaptis trubii, or silver pothos as it's called here. Looks like it's got a clipping of pothos as well. This will be a classy addition to any home. I love to put these on bookshelves so they drape down to create sort of a green waterfall. Really beautiful to look at and really easy to care for. I'm definitely taking this one home. Let's see what else they've got. I see a lot of philodendron scandens in this crate. They're also known as heartleaf philodendron or sweetheart plant. These are very popular and come in 3 distinct varieties. One with dark green leaves like this one that's lime green, and one that's a mix of the first two, the so-called Philodendron Brazil. From my experience, if you let them drape down like a vine, the leaves become smaller. If you want the leaves to grow larger, attach them to a totem pole. Check this out. This pot is a mix of lime green philodendron along with some philodendron micans as well. They're 2 of my favorites, especially the micans, because I love their velvety leaves and red underside. I'm definitely taking this one home. Here's a pot of pure micans. Look how large the leaves are. From my experience, the leaves grow this large only when they have something to climb, like a tree or a totem pole. If you let the vines hang down in the air, the leaves become smaller, which is nice in a way, especially if you have limited space. Okay, let's move on and see what else is available. Here's an interesting crate. I'm just going to blindly stick my hand in and grab the first pot I touch. Let's see what comes up. Wow, I did not see that one coming at all. It's an amazing Aguila Nima, very beautiful. Let me try again to see what I get. Okay, I got a syngonium. These are quite common and easy to find here, especially this variety. Many people grow them in water and place them in bathrooms to add a fresh green touch. Another nice Aguila Nima. Aguila Nimas are really popular here because they come in such a wide range of colors such as white, green, pink, and red, and new hybrids are coming out constantly. Oh, check out the bright colors on this Aguila Nima. I can use something like this one to brighten up my desk. These are really easy to care for. Just place them somewhere that gets bright indirect light and don't overwater them and they'll do just fine. These are cuttings, so they might take some time to fully root, but that's not really a problem. I think I'll get this one too. This looks like another Aguila Nima. I really like the silvery green leaves. I think it'll go well with the Synonyms trubii. I'll get this one too. Let's see what's in this crate. I see some ferns. This one sort of looked like the more coveted variety, the Pictum Tricolor, but the edges between the colors are not as sharp. But for 30 cents a pot, I think that's not a bad substitute. This is a fern with really nice long leaves. I'm not sure what it's called though. I haven't had much success growing these fern indoors because they require such high humidity. They require frequent misting to survive, even here in Thailand. This Bramalea seems to have come out of nowhere. A bit small, but pretty nice patterning though. Here's a crate filled with Legionella. These also require high humidity or else the leaf edges will start to turn brown. These do really well as terrarium plants though, but this type grows quite tall, so make sure you have enough room for them. Bird's nest ferns are quite common here. They're quite hardy and can tolerate lower levels of humidity. You can grow them indoors, but they can grow quite large and are most beautiful when grown outdoors or in a greenhouse. This is a fern that we call the Cilantro fern because the leaves resemble those of cilantro. I believe they belong to the Bobitus genus, and they really love damp, humid conditions. Sometimes they're even found growing underwater. This is Peperomia obtusifolia. Really nice, big, strong leaves. If you're into leafy plants, you'll love this one. Another popular houseplant here in Thailand are Synonyms. They are super easy to care for and they come in a number of varieties for you to choose from. And you can grow them really easily. Just sometimes place them in a jar full of water and they'll just do fine. This crate is for Aguila Nima lovers. There seems to be a good mix of green and red plants here, and they come in a variety of leaf shapes and sizes. Look at the size of this one. Not bad for 30 cents. Here's a plant you don't see very often. It belongs to the Piper family. Here they call it the Indonesian Piper. It looks kind of like the philodendron micans, but the leaves do not have the velvety texture found in the micans. Actually, there's a stem of micans here right in the pot as well. Can you see it? What I love about this plant is the contrasting color between the dark green color on the upper side of the leaves and the deep crimson underside. They also grow long creeping vines and will do well on shelves a bit high above the ground. I'm definitely taking this one as you don't really see them that often. Here you have several varieties of Pothos. Huge bunch here, very easy to grow even in just plain water. Pothos is probably the most common houseplant here. You can find them everywhere in offices, public restrooms, and restaurants. Most of the time they're simply grown in just a jar of water. Let me show you this. You can see here that these are cuttings. This one's not even rooted, and these are planted in sifted coconut husks along with some osmocote coat granules, which is an extended release fertilizer. Sifted coconut husks absorb water really well, sometimes too well, and the plants get waterlogged and rot quite easily. So what I normally do is I replace them with better draining substrates once I bring them home. This shop can get really crowded on Tuesday evenings after work. So if you want to come here, try to come early on Tuesday afternoon to get the best selection. Unfortunately though, they don't ship overseas, so you have to come here to get them. Alright, I better get to my plants before someone takes them. If you enjoyed this clip, please give me a thumbs up and click subscribe if you haven't done so. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next